Yo, Bex, I've got three more for you. I've been thinking of some people who are sort of real people, but we have legends attached to them, and their sort of reputations have grown from that. And being on the silver screen, there's some yummy men for you to try not to colour what your answers will be. But Bex, Snog, marry or avoid? Uhtred of Bebbanburg, played by the lovely Alexander Draymond. King Rollo, who was the hubby of Gisela or Gisela of France, who's in the Vikings, played by the delicious Clive Standen. Or would you go with Robin of Locksley or Robin Hood? And take your pick, depending on how old you are. I mean, Kevin Costner was Robin Hood for me, or Russell Crowe, or Taron Egerton. All of them are delicious. Try not to let those men colour the real people, and go for it.
Well, that's a trifle difficult, isn't it? How can I not think about Alexander as Uhtred, son of Uhtred, my beloved? Anyway, let's put these aside and let's think of this logically. I would Snog, marry or avoid. Snog, probably Rollo. You know, he's a Viking warlord. Quite fierce and ambitious. Quite like that. You know, it was quite successful. Besieged Paris, you know, cut a deal with the French king, got a royal bride out of it, got some land out of it. You know, he's the founder of, Duke of Normandy, so the founder of Normandy, really. So, you know, he's a bit of a go-getter. So I think I would probably Snog him. And also, his nickname was the Walker. Now, apparently this was because he was too big to ride a horse. So, you know, the Snog's probably worth doing that just to find that out, right? And then next, I would probably marry Uhtred. Unfortunately, not Uhtred the warrior from Last Kingdom, but Uhtred the Bold, a couple of centuries later. You know, he was a good guy, bit flitty with his allegiances, you know, swung from one to the other, but I think most people did back in those days, see what was best for them. But he, you know, he united North and South Northumbria, very good. You know, he was politically savvy, so, you know, his marriages, he had 3 of them, which were all politically motivated. So let's just add another one into the mix, just for good measure. And I think, I quite liked it. He was quite brave and strategic, and for pure shallow reasons, he had a great castle with stunning views, so I'd probably marry him just so I could go and live there. And then finally, controversially, Robin Hood. I would avoid him. Now, in this situation, I would avoid him because, let's face it, he wasn't a real character. He wasn't a real person. And I think it's just been born out of a mishmash of medieval outlaws that this one character has come to the fore, but he actually wasn't really real. And did he actually rob from the rich and give to the poor, or is that just our romantic notion of what medieval outlaws did back then, and it's turned into a nice story? So there you have it. I would Snog Viking Rollo, I would marry Uhtred the Bold, and I would avoid Robin Hood.